Hi everyone, and welcome to another baking video here on Bedwell's Kitchen. And today I'm making a first. I'm making sausage rolls, taken from the Paul Hollywood How to Bake recipe book, which I got a few years ago, which I've made a few things from here on the channel. And this is the first for me going into something that's not just bread. We've got meat involved as well. So let's take a look at the ingredients involved in this recipe. Okay, so for this recipe we need the juice of half a lemon, we need some thyme, we need salt, we need red onion caramelized chutney, which is amazing stuff, plain flour, we need 1 egg, we need pepper, we need sea salt, we need sausage meat. You can't have a sausage roll without sausage meat, so here it is. We've got some unsalted butter, 200 grams exactly, so no having to worry about the measurements tonight. We have some measuring spoons for our salt measurement, we have a rolling pin for later, and we have, more importantly, the recipe book and an illustration of kind of what we're going for with this recipe. So let's get cooking. We're going to be making rough puff pastry in this recipe, which is a first for me, so we'll see how this goes. I'm feeling optimistic. Okay, so that's the ingredients and the recipe from the book. We've seen the picture of what it should look like. So let's prepare these ingredients and let's get cooking. Okay, so we've put the ingredients that we need for the rough puff pastry. So we have got here 225 grams of plain flour. We've got half a teaspoon of salt going into the mixture. We've got 200 grams of unsalted butter, which I've cubed, which is sitting here melting, so we need to get that into the pot ASAP. We've also got some lemon juice, which is right over here. There's the juice in there of half a lemon, and that's all in there, freshly squeezed. And we've got 200 mils of water. So we now have to put the ingredients into the flour. So first things first, we have to put in the salt and the butter into the bowl. So first thing going in is the butter, 200 grams of unsalted butter, which has been chilled and diced or cubed. It's going in. The whole packet, 200 grams, nice and easy, and half a teaspoon of salt. So trusty measuring spoons, and half a teaspoon. Pop out the salt. And we have half a teaspoon of salt pretty much left in the container, so that's going in. We now need to put the lemon juice into our water. So half a lemon juice from half a lemon even, going in. We'll just give that a bit of a mix. We put 3/4 of this into the bowl. And if you are liking this video and you want to subscribe for more, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and follow along on the channel for more baking videos coming up over the course of the year. Lots of videos to come up. I'm going to try and do one a week. So now let's get the wooden spoon and let's mix it into the bowl. So the idea is to mix it until it all comes together. The dough needs to be lumpy, but we want to keep the lumps of butter because that's going to help the pastry. Okay, if this doesn't look quite right, this isn't the first time that I've made this, so bear with me. Okay, now we have our rough dough in the bowl. we're going to put some flour on the worktop and we're going to start rolling it out. Okay, so I'm now going to roll the dough out to a rectangle around 2.5 centimetres thick, and that's going to form the basis of the rough puff pastry. So got a nice little flour on the worktop because it's very sticky otherwise. So we'll get the rolling pin, we'll give it a go. Okay, so now with the pastry rolled out to a rough triangle, I'm now going to fold over the bottom by a third and the top by a third, and that's going to help create the layers within the puff pastry. So let's give it a go. Okay, so that's now folded. I'm going to wrap it up in cling film and we'll put it in the fridge for 20 minutes, then we'll get it out and we'll go all over again. Okay, so after 20 minutes, it's time to get our rough puff pastry out of the fridge, unwrap it, and we're going to roll it out all over again, but this time at a 90-degree angle to the previous time to increase the number of layers within our pastry. So we'll get some more plain flour, and we'll put that on the worktop. Unwrap the pastry. Down, and then we'll roll it out. And then as before, we'll fold the top down, we'll fold the bottom up, we'll wrap it up, we'll put it back in the fridge for another 20 minutes. So all wrapped up and ready to go back in the fridge for another 20 minutes. We'll have to do the same thing another 2 times. Okay, so another 20 minutes has passed, so now time to get our puff pastry out of the wrapping, and we'll give it another roll out and another turn. We'll put it back in the fridge for one final 20 minutes. Then we have the layers again. So it's going to go back in the wrapping. And back in the fridge for another 20 minutes. Okay, so that's another 20 minutes up with the pastry in the fridge. So time to get it out one more time to give it another turn, another roll out, another fold up, and another chill for another 20 minutes in the fridge. And then we will start assembling these sausage rolls. Exciting times. So fold the bottom over, fold the top down, we'll press together, and we roll it up for the last time. Okay, so the dough has now been in the fridge for one last round of 20 minutes, so we've got it out. So now it's time to roll the dough out and start cutting out and making these sausage rolls. So let's get on with it. So to roll this out into quite a large rectangle. Which we then cut out into 6. So with the dough rolled out, I'm now going to trim the edges up to make it a bit tidier. And there's our puff pastry now ready to be cut into rectangles to then turn them into sausage rolls. So the idea is to try and make them as even as possible. So a tape measure. So let's see what we can do. Okay, so our pastry is now cut. Let's have a look. So there we go, 6 fairly evenly sized rectangles. And now it's time to make our filling. Okay, so for the stuffing for these sausage rolls, it's 450 grams of sausage meat, a tablespoon of chopped thyme, and some salt and pepper. So we'll get one in the bowl, mix it up, and we'll get back to our pastry. Okay, so now's the time to put the sausage meat and the red onion, caramelised onion chutney into the pastry to make our sausage roll. So first things first, we get some flour from earlier, and we'll just put that on our hands, and then we now have to make sausage shapes from our sausage meat. But before we do that, we need to do our red onion chutney. Caramelised onion chutney. Put a spoonful on each sausage roll, just to give it a little bit of extra flavour. These are quite big, so we might have to be a bit generous with our portions. Okay, that's the chutney in place. Now let's go for the sausage meat. Okay, sausage on. Let's roll them up. Okay, let's get them on the baking trays. Okay, so here's the sausage rolls on the baking trays. So they've been brushed with some beaten egg over the edges of the sausage roll on the pastry, and we've cut a few lines across the top as well. So they're now going to go into the oven, 200 degrees for half an hour. So let's see what they look like when they come out. Okay, so half an hour's passed in the oven for the sausage rolls. Let's get them out and have a look. Okay, so I've taken them out of the oven and off the baking trays and put them on a wire rack now to cool down. And I must say, I'm quite pleased with those. The puff pastry, although not perfect, it has to be said, has risen. I've got a nice colour. And they're red hot. So I'll be looking forward to tucking into these a little bit later on. Not a bad attempt, I'd say. So there we go, my attempt at the sausage rolls from the Paul Hollywood How to Bake book. I think they look great, they smell good, and yeah, looking forward to giving those a try a bit later on when they're cooled down and not going to burn my mouth. So we'll give those a go a bit later on. But I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you have liked it, don't forget to press that like button, and don't forget to subscribe to catch the latest creations here on Bedwell's Kitchen. Thanks again, and I will see you on the next video. See you then.